Welcome, vlog number, I think 26, 27, something like that, on this Wednesday evening, the 14th, I believe, no, 13th of July, 2011. So, it recently came out the other day that Congressman Ron Paul, the father of the Tea Party movement, the real Tea Party movement, not the neocon GOP hijacked version of the Tea Party movement, a la Michelle, pray the gay away, Bachmann. Ron Paul is not going to run for re-election in his district in Texas in 2012. Instead, he's giving all of his attention to a his presidential candidacy, his run for the Republican nomination. And it's sad to see him basically state that he's not going to run and he's not going to be in Congress anymore. He's had an amazing run as a congressman and out of Texas. The I think 13th district, I think, is what he was in, Texas, near Corpus Christi, the Gulf Coast there. Thank you to whoever that was turning off their alarm. That's very much appreciated. But yeah, he's it's sad. It's sad to see him basically go, and then again, it kind of makes me wonder. I mean, first of all, you got to look at Ron Paul's record in Congress. He has stuck by his principles. He has never wavered. I can't even say that about Dennis Kucinich, who sold out to the Obama healthcare takeover bill after probably being threatened on Air Force One, probably by Rahm Emanuel, the next mayor of Chicago. Surprise, surprise. And when you see someone like Ron Paul leave Congress, you saw Alan Grayson, who was a renegade against Ben Bernanke and against the wars going on, and he lost in Florida, but is claiming he's going to possibly run again for Congress, I believe. So, but losing Ron Paul in Congress, especially if he doesn't get the presidency or the nomination, it's going to be a big blow to the assets that are inside the corrupt system that is in Washington, D.C. I mean, who's going to stand up and I mean, it's just another voice gone for the true meaning of this country, the true republic that is this country, standing up for the true values that this country was founded on, and just another person that is going to be gone to speak up for the American people in a system that obviously does not care or does not give a shit about us, the common people. So, losing Ron Paul, it's definitely gonna suck to not see him on the House floor. I mean, obviously, if he doesn't win the presidency, which, as much as I would like to be optimistic, it's a stacked deck. It's a rigged game. The only way that you can really win an election is by an overwhelming majority, and even if an overwhelming majority of people went out, you still have electoral college, you still have possible election rigging and chicanery going on. So I support him. I'm going to vote for him coming up in the primaries. But him not returning back to the House and not running for re-election opens the possibility that he might run as an independent, a third party, possibly. if he doesn't get the nomination of the Republican Party, which would be fine with me. I mean, I think a lot of independents would like that option because you're going to have more than likely Michelle Bachmann versus Obama, Mitt Romney versus Obama. More than likely. I mean, unless a lot of independents go out there and register Republican, and at least in California, you can vote. You know, you can switch parties and become a Republican in order to vote Republican. You don't necessarily have to. You know, I mean, in the general election, you can vote for who you want, I believe. But anyways, yeah. So I'm hoping Ron Paul at least runs for the presidency under a third party. I know he stated all along that he wouldn't do that, but what else is he going to do after, he's not going to run for House? Although I predict that he'll have a very strong write-in response in his district, in his home district, because, I mean, I believe he's been in Congress under that district for like 13 years, if not longer, I think, something like that. But yeah, that's what I have to say about that. I mean, it's just another possible. I mean, it allows him to focus on the presidency and trying to win the presidency and trying to win the nomination of the Republican Party. And obviously, if he chooses to, it will mean that he can go ahead and go forth as an independent candidate. Although he stated that he doesn't believe that being an independent, being a third-party candidate, is even an option because of the lack of money or the amount of money that it takes to become effective, being able to be in debates as a libertarian candidate or constitutional party candidate or whatnot. So that's what I have to say. I mean, it's a bummer, and it's good and it's bad. It actually opens up the possibility for a third-party candidacy if he chooses to do that. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about real quick. Debt ceiling debate continues in Washington, with both sides not giving in. As we creep closer and closer to the deadline, Geithner is telling us that they're going to have to pass something in a week in order to give enough time for it to go through Congress to become law. Geithner's telling us that that the economy is still is not doing that good, and it's taking longer, and Americans are going to hurt like they've never hurt before, even though these guys have been awfully optimistic, stating that everything's working and it's improving, but not as fast as everyone wants it, even though it just continues to get worse. Jobs report in June, only 18,000 private sector jobs were created. Obama's telling everybody that on Social Security that they might not get their checks if the debt ceiling isn't raised, which in my mind is economic terrorism. That's basically threatening and blackmailing, and it's going to get all these people in a panic, much like how Henry Paulson told some people in Congress that there would be martial law if they didn't pass the bailout bill, the TARP bill, back in 2008. 2008. Yeah, so I mean, it's business as usual, and it's actually looks like it's getting worse. Yeah, that's all. And then, even though I'm late talking about it, the Casey Anthony saga that Americans get so wrapped up in, got so angry that a woman probably got away with murder, and they can't understand the fact that there's no hard evidence. I was at Togo's getting some sandwiches for dinner the other night. Matter of fact, it was last night, and saw that a juror came out and admitted that she was getting death threats because of giving her the not guilty. And once again, it proves that the human emotional story, the drama, the voyeuristic reality TV that is Nancy Grace, headline news. It used to be court TV. It's just this whole. We've created sense. The tabloid media journalism. Sentinel. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm tired. Oh, by the way, I have to have a root canal next Thursday. I've had a toothache, so kind of tired, kind of dopey. But yeah. The priorities of the American public, they'll get angry over someone being found in a court of law, found by a jury of their peers, not to be not guilty because there's no hard evidence, because can't send someone to prison for murder if there's not enough evidence and beyond a shadow of a doubt. And America goes apeshit over it. Starting pages on Facebook. I hate Casey Anthony. Yeah, okay, she probably got away with murder. She probably had maybe someone else do it. Who knows? But our government authorizes our sons, daughters, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, uncles, aunts, nieces, nephews to go over into Middle Eastern countries in which have done nothing to us here at home and murder innocent people, gun down innocent people, drop bombs on innocent people, and no one gives a fuck. No one gets upset. It's just the way it is. It really says a lot about our priorities and how just absolutely screwed up we are as a society. So yeah, it's business as usual in America. And yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna let it go with that because I'm tired, and finally, after a couple days of having a toothache, I'm not in so much pain because I've got an antibiotic and 800 milligrams of ibuprofen running through my system, so my tooth is fine. But I'm getting a root canal next Thursday. Should be fun. Just fun. So anyways, that's about it. Vlog's over. Hopefully it's not too long. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Keep fighting the good fight, and we'll see you later. Bye.